Yeah. Wait, did you just use my... Yeah? 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 Yeah, wait, what? Oh, that... I already got that. I already got it. You're out. Okay, I guess he's out. So yeah, hello YouTube, even though Todd kind of already said that, jerk. So yeah, we are going to be finally talking about Gravity Falls again. Thank God. I really want to talk about it again because it's an awesome show. I should probably just do a review of it. Nah, not right now. So yeah, we are going to be talking about Journal number 3, which was totally worth every $21 I spent on it. But no, Stan. Even though you told me I should buy this book again, I am not spending another $21 on this thing. So, yeah. Now, for one, let's start off with probably the most important part of the whole entire book. This. Yes, this is actually a part of the book. The book's cover. Yeah. Even that has secrets. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. Just like even the cover of the book. That usually really annoys me in books, and yeah, even for this one it did. But for this one, this is even a part that I like. This usually really annoys me in books, as I don't really see the point of it outside of protecting it from sunlight or something. Maybe the rain, I don't know. Like, I never really saw the point in it, but this one totally makes up for it. For one, we get some pretty funny stuff on the side about Alex Hirsch. Like, he pretty much writes stuff about him. He pretty much writes stuff about the show, and then we also have some stuff about the people who made the show. And all of it is hilarious. In fact, the whole entire book is really funny, and also very serious at times, depending on what section you're in. But, yeah. This was pretty awesome. This just comes on top of the book, and I absolutely love it. It's just some notes from Phil Ford, and it's great. It's just really awesome. So yeah, for one, this was really cool. I love this extra bonus feature in this book. So, now moving on from that, we are going to be talking about the book itself. Now, in the back here, for one, there is a little note about copyright. Screw you, Disney. Screw you. Really? Copyright on a book? Seriously? A book? Like, really? Okay, so, yeah, apparently I can't show you pages from the book. Oh no, I'm breaking copyright right now. I'm showing you a blank page. Ah! Don't know why I did that. Okay, so, yeah, pretty much this book was found by the Parks Department in the state of Oregon. Copyright. So yeah, they pretty much found the book and just sold it because they want to get rid of it because it was giving their crew headaches. So clearly, just sell it off to a completely random person. Don't give it to the government or anything if it's causing your team headaches. No, just sell it off at a bake sale. A bake-off. That seems like the best idea. Yeah, I guess that is truly the best idea. I don't want to call the government on this or anything. Like, no, it's just a book that gave your team headaches. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to call anyone about that. So, yeah, then we start out the book, And even off the bat, it starts off with a code. In cursive, no less. Thanks, Alex Hirsch. Don't know what I could do without these endless codes. Actually, no, I don't. These are really awesome. But one main problem I have with this book is that I think that most of the codes in it are in that one code that they use near the end of the series that I never learned how to use. It was like a combination of all sorts of different Caesar ciphers, and you need a keyword so then you can figure out what it is, and I just never learned how to use that. I never really cared. It just, like, someone else was gonna figure it out for me already, so I already knew that, and yeah, it just wasn't something I cared to learn, but now it is probably the code that they're using mostly throughout this book. Again, thank you, Alex Hirsch. Actually, no, seriously, thanks. That is pretty awesome, but it's also very annoying, so yeah. Although I will give him credit that inside this book, he does actually criticize how long it takes for people to do these codes sometimes, so I did at least find that hilarious. So yeah, pretty much most of this book is filled up with the stuff that you always see in it, until it's not, and there are things about beard cubes. No, really, I'm not making this up, look. Beard cube, okay, beard cubes, I don't know, beard cubes, what? Okay, so, yeah, beard cubes, totally explained everything now. Also, apparently, yeah, there was actually an invisible wizard. Okay, like, good to know that Mabel was right. And apparently, this one page I really want to address. All of this is in code. Outside of that little part at the top in cursive, which I think has a code word at the top, so that's mainly what's giving me the impression that, yeah, you're supposed to use that one cipher. But yeah, at the top, that is the only thing that is not encoded on this page. These whole 2 pages, which apparently explain what Blynden Blandon was doing this whole time, after, you know, everything in Weird Mageddon, it's all encoded! And I don't know this code! Someone help me with this! Seriously, this page is really annoying me. If someone else that watches my videos has this book, then can we please work on this? Can we please work on this in the comments and deciphering this? Because I really want to decipher this, and it's getting me annoyed. I'm sorry, but it's really, really annoying me. Like, it just gets at me. It really gets at me. This one page. These 2 pages. Like, if you guys have already deciphered this, please let me know. I want to know what happened to Blynden Blandon. But please, this one page, these 2 pages, I don't know how to decipher them. I never learned that one code. Is this even the code they're using, or are they using a different code? Why doesn't Alex Hirsch let me know these things? Like, seriously. Just tell us. Tell us what code you're using. God. Okay, so yeah, there's also some stuff about that ghost. There's some spells in here, magical items, teeth, height altering, ghost things. What does it all mean, though? Well, it pretty much means Gravity Falls Journal number 3, I guess. So, yeah. Pretty much the story arc with the author's part of this book is him trying to find out what is the unified theory of weirdness, which is pretty much finding out what connects all these strange things to Gravity Falls, and why they're all centered around here. And pretty much, he spent a very long time trying to figure out what exactly caused this, what exactly caused all these very strange things to come to Gravity Falls. Eventually, he got an assistant, Fiddleford. And as we all know, this ended perfectly for him. Actually, in this book, something that I found was kind of strange is the author, Ford, for some odd reason, he was calling him F in this book. I don't know why he called him F here. Like, even his computer says property of F. Maybe that's where he got it from. I don't know. Or maybe Fiddleford just didn't want his name in the book. I don't know. Something. Okay, so pretty much here's the thing on these codes. And now here's where he says, it occurs to me that I must keep secrets from F. I might as well begin writing certain passages of this book in code. I aced cryptology in college, so this will be fun. At least for me, it would be deeply tedious and annoying for anyone trying to decipher it. Meta humor, Alex. I'll give you that one, though. That was hilarious. So, yeah, pretty much we go through seeing all sorts of things that the author did in this section, even seeing that Fiddleford was the one who had those beans in the underground bunker. Woo! Glad that we have that mystery solved. So, yeah, pretty much we see a lot of things that start happening in this book. Like, we pretty much see a lot more details now, and we even see why Fiddleford built the memory gun. And something interesting, it wasn't initially for Bill Cipher. It was apparently for the Grimoblin. He had a bad experience with it. Neat. So, yeah, also that, and Fiddleford, he had a little Rubik's Cube. Ford could never figure out how to finish one of those. Here's a trick that I use, Ford. I just take it apart. Like, really, I have a Rubik's Cube that I can just take apart. I don't have to peel off the stickers or anything, so no one suspects that I broke it or anything, like I just cheated. But instead, you just take it apart. It works pretty well. Try that out. So, pretty much, it's up to the Grimoblin area, where then we start to get a feeling that something is really wrong with Ford's whole entire plan of making the portal. This is indeed supported by the palm reader. Guess who she is? Yeah, you'll be saying that a lot during this book. Guess what that's for? Yeah, you'll be saying that quite a lot, and I love those moments. I just really love those little moments. So, pretty much, she gives him a ring that says, when this is blue, you may pull through. When this is black, you can't go back. Very useful information that I needed to bring up. So, yeah, pretty much, they go through all that. They keep on talking about that. Fiddleford meets, that guy, the memory eraser guy. Remember him? Yeah, they meet him. That's where that happened, at Carnival. Yay. That we know that now. So, yeah, also, Fiddleford apparently gave Ford the squash with the human face and emotions. To which Ford wrote down, he's gorgeous. Okay, yeah, that was funny too. Yeah, actually, a lot of this book is funny, so, yeah, then they end up building their bunker, which is pretty cool to see a detailed layout of how everything in the bunker looks. It's pretty cool. So, yeah. Now, one thing that I mainly had an issue with at this point was there is no blacklight. Like the blacklight, like that blacklight feature that they had in the show, yeah, that doesn't work in this. This was probably my biggest issue with this book. Now, granted, I can see why they wouldn't do this. There are many different copies. Apparently, I got item number 618. Pretty early item, actually. So, yeah. I got one of the 600 copies, so that was just when I got this book, which was a few weeks ago, so I'm guessing that there are a lot of copies for them to make, and yeah, I can see why they wouldn't want to put the Blacklight feature in, but it would be so cool. I'm sorry, it would just be so cool. Like, in the security room part, remember how, yeah, you need that Blacklight to see how you can survive this? Yeah, apparently if you just use this book, you're gonna die. Seriously, you can't see which one to press. You are going to freaking die if you use this book as any form of guidance. So, yeah, that sucks. Also, we get to see a little bit more of the shapeshifter, which was neat. We also get to see a much more detailed encounter of this when they made that deal. And I really liked reading about that. So, yeah, then we get to see some more stuff. And pretty much then we finally get up to when Bill Ford goes through the portal, in which something is not right. But then Ford realizes, what have I done? So yeah, then we get probably one of the coolest pages in this book, in my opinion. This. I love this page. It seriously is just really awesome to see how far Ford has now strayed from being friends with Bill. So, yeah, I really did love this page. And this is when things start to get really interesting in the book. Now, for this point on, it was already pretty interesting, but this is where things get really interesting. Because now, Ford's against Bill, and he's pretty much slightly going insane at this point, so it gets pretty awesome. Also, seriously, you're going insane and you're in a frantic hurry to write down everything, but you still wrote things down in code? Oh yeah, okay, granted, later we do hear that this is Bill Cipher's writing, which I used the Bill Cipher code on, which still didn't work. What the heck? But yeah. This could just be Bill writing this down, but I don't know. Could be any one of them. At this time, they've already had that deal, so yeah. Bill cannot be trusted now, and the author's not getting much sleep. Also, the ways to hide page. This should have been in Blacklight. There should have been Blacklight here. But when I tried using Blacklight on it, this is what happens. And it's amazing. So, yeah. Worked perfectly. So yeah, this is kind of the point where he says, yeah, this wasn't my writing, I can't even read any of this, so yeah. Makes more sense now. But now we finally get to the Trust No One page, and we even actually hear a nice little bit of Ford saying that he hopes to make things right with his brother. That he hopes that after all this is said and done, that he can repatch things, that he can fix everything that happened in the past, that maybe they can move on. And I actually did really like reading that part, and knowing what does actually happen, it's kind of sad to read this. So yeah, it's pretty dark. But yes, now Ford has been pushed through the portal. So then, a few pages later, we get up to Mason Dipper's part of the book. So yeah, we are now up to his part, and I gotta say, while I do really like these parts, I don't like them as much as the authors. Well, yes, they are still really fun to read, and they have much more comedy thrown in. I do like the authors better, as he had more scientific analysis of everything that was going on, and he had a much more older approach to it. He even swore in this book. Yeah, I'm not lying, really. Let me get up to this one page. Hang on. One sec. Okay. Look at this. I'll be damned. Yep. Kids cartoon. Let's swear in it. So, yeah. That was pretty cool. And no, I do not have my co-star right now, so cannot insert anything into that. So yeah. There's quite a lot of things that happen with this. Everything with Dipper and his stories. He even actually tries to investigate the Larry King head in the vent. I found that hilarious. Also, they keep on hinting at Dipper's real name by having an M that is crossed out. We'll find out later. So yeah, Dipper pretty much talks about what he's like. He also talks about his vest, which is awesome. I love vests. If you could not tell, I always wear this, so like, you should probably know that by now. I always wear this vest. So pretty much the way that Dipper describes his vest is trusty vest. I can fit pretty much anything in here. Plus it makes me look like I have shoulders. Okay then. Also, Dipper apparently likes video games. We never really see him playing that many video games in the show, except for a few occasions, and like one episode that's centered around video games, so that's one out of the two of his hobbies. So yeah, don't really know why that was like a... Oh wait, no, sorry, he has 4 hobbies. One of them he crossed out, which was Icelandic pops group ABBA. So I thought that was funny. So yeah, we keep on going through this. Apparently he thought that Toby Determined was a goblin. Actually, yeah, I can see that. So yeah, keep on going through it. Dipper even thinks about how he could rob a bank. He also thought about this on the show. I'm getting kind of concerned about how much Dipper thinks that he could rob a bank. Actually, wait a minute, let me see here. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many things that you can do with this presidential key. Thinking of ransacking the Gravity Falls History Museum later. What is his deal with trying to break into things? Was that genetic? Or something? Did he get that from Stanley? Like, what? Was that genetic? I don't get it. Okay, so, yeah, we keep on going through the book. We even get up to the body swap page where Mabel's in control of it. Sadly, no, this will not be the first time that Mabel is in control of the book. But, yeah, we keep on going through it. We even find out that apparently they got a little baby velociraptor at one point. That's cool. Like, after the sap mine thing, they got a baby velociraptor, and he became a con man. I don't know. He became a con man. Look, he became a con man. Stanley was a bad influence for him. But eventually Velociraptor just left, so I guess it doesn't matter. Then we got to see more of everything that was going on with Dipper and everything. Some more stuff happens. And then we get up to probably the biggest disappointment I had with this book. And I gotta say, I was really looking forward to reading this part. Because this was my favorite episode of the show. So, yeah, I was really hoping for quite a few awesome things to happen with this part. And unfortunately, Maple's writing it. So it's more based on humor aspects, and I really did wish that Dipper had been the one writing this. But anyway, for my favorite episode, we get this. Although at least that part right over there, and this part, the note, which I will actually read later, or at least in a little bit, those two parts were kind of cool, but yeah, it's still Mabel writing. So, yeah, one thing that I really did hope would happen in this book was we would start to see a little bit more of a detailed account of Dipper's obsession that happened with the laptop, which is something that I really wanted to see, but we never got to read about that. That was something that really disappointed me, but yeah, it happened. But we do at least I do get a little bit more of an answer as to why people couldn't tell that Dipper was possessed by Bill at this point. Like, on the eyes, I was wondering how can no one notice the difference? But what they say here is, look at him sideways, and then you'll see this. That is a very important bit of information. So, yeah. Also, Mabel writes, the smile. Unlike Dipper, he actually smiles. Have you not been around your brother your whole life? Like, what? Unlike Dipper, he actually smiles. What does that mean? You've seen him smile. What? Okay. Like, apparently his hands were cold then, too. Also, his personality was insane. Very specific there, Mabel. And her fifth little side note about him was his style, where she says she's gotta give the guy props on this one. He wears the suit like a pro. Better posture than Dipper, too. Okay, then. I will at least say that, yeah, okay, you looked alright in a tux, so. Yeah, but probably by far my favorite part of this page, and something that I really loved reading about, was a note from Bill. Yes, we get a note from Bill that's left inside of Stan's car, which is weird, seeing as Bill, Dipper, Bipper took a car ride with Seuss and Wendy, so when he had the chance to go into the car with Stan, I don't know. But apparently he did at one point. I don't know, maybe he faked having to go to the bathroom and instead threw a note in there, I don't know. So, yeah. And what he wrote down here is, note to self, possessing people is hilarious. To think of all the sensations I've been missing out on. Burning, stabbing, drowning. Drowning? You drowned Dipper? How is Dipper not dead now? Like, how is he not dead? He should be dead, right? Like, he was drowned. How is he alive? Okay, then he continues, it's like a buffet tray of fun. Yeah, I guess if you're insane and being a pure energy, then yeah, I guess it could be a buffet tray of fun. And then he continues with, once I destroy that journal, I'll enjoy giving this body its grand finale. Lovely. By throwing it off the water tower. He was gonna make Dipper commit suicide. Yeah. And then he continues with, best of all, people will just think Pine Tree lost his mind, and his mental form will wander in the mindscape forever. Yay. Want to join him, Shooting Star? How many did he know that Maple was reading? Like, did they ever show a point when Bill was clairvoyant? If so, I'm pretty sure he would have realized how he was defeated and probably would have tried to avoid that, but no, I guess he didn't. Yeah. But at least Mabel does feel like a jerk after everything that happened, so I approve. Also, then after that, we get the Giffany page that was wrote by Dipper. I mean, by Seuss. It was at least pretty funny. And so, yeah, then we see some stuff on the, you know, Society of the Blind Eye, which only takes up one page, but at least Dipper's writing again. Then we also see the Infinity Pizza, because that was a very, very important thing that Dipper needs to talk about. So, yeah, then we get some more stuff. Yeah, more stuff. And then we find, oh yeah, then Stan's arrested. And this part is classified. And yeah, this page is also hilarious. Then we lose a few pages, but then the author is back. So, this is when the book got really interesting again. Now, all the stuff with Dipper writing and stuff, I did really like too, as, yeah, Dipper is still my favorite character on the show, so it was really nice to see him writing, but, yeah, it just didn't have that scientific analysis and more adult edge to it that I liked with the author's parts, so, yeah. When he comes back, that's when things start to get more interesting in the book again, and it's pretty fun from there, as then we see him starting to talk about his brother and some of the people in the shack. Also, he still thinks that Seuss is some rodent. I love how he just kept that there. Like how that was something that was in the show, but he also still believed it. Also, at first, apparently, he didn't like Dipper. That never changed. Seriously, when I was reading this part, I was just like, wait, what? But it's Dipper. Why don't you like him? But yeah. Then we see they made the rift, and then we do actually get to see him with the Infinity Side dice and everything, so that's when he starts to make more of a connection to Dipper, so that was nice. Then we see them fighting and stuff, and then we finally get him talking about his journey in the Nightmare Realm, and him traveling through dimensions, and this part is also pretty awesome, because now he's just going through, talking about his quest through these dimensions. Now, he does say that, yeah, if he were to write down everything, it would probably take like 10 journals. Please, Alex Hirsch, write down everything! I want more Gravity Falls in my life. Okay, so, yeah, we see a lot of stuff that happens. Ford meets up with some refugees. Also, we finally get a face reveal in the book at this point. Yeah, it took this whole part of the book for him to finally reveal what his face looks like. And then he just won't stop showing his face. Also, he was apparently wanted, which says that in English, but the rest of the writing is in alien dialect. That makes sense. Also, apparently, Ford got a tattoo, which says, "Hey now, I'm an all-star." Look. Wait. There's Ford's tattoo. Amazing. Why did he get that? Actually, he even asked, why did I get this tattoo? Well, I'm more questioning why he had to document that. But, yeah, then we go through the M dimension, the do-over dimension, the Vegas dimension, where all sorts of crimes are legal, where it's just like gambling. Totally legal, but not just legal, mandatory. I would love that place. I seriously wouldn't mind going there. There's the two-dimensional dimension, and then we get to a pretty cool part, the Oracle, who pretty much we don't really know that much about, but I would actually like to kind of know a little bit more about her. I wish that she was on the show a little bit. For one, she is the one who gave Stan a metal plate in his head. She's the one who did that. Thank you, Oracle lady. And she's pretty much the one who did that. She is on for his plan to kill Bill and... Okay, kill Bill. I guess, yeah. Sorry. Sorry, Quentin Tarantino. But she's all for that plan, and then they just decide to get drunk. Yeah, really. Let me see here. Hang on one sec. Okay. I was so excited that we spent the entire night partying and drinking cosmic sand. The same kind Time Baby himself consumes. Because the Oracle gets some pretty exotic delicacies. And then when he awoke the next morning, the Oracle was gone, and Ford was in another dimension entirely. I just love that they got away with that in a kid's book. Like, they just got away with talking about a very accurate depiction of getting drunk. Not that I would know. I've never drank anything. Except for twice. I've had alcohol twice. Don't call me. Don't call anyone about that. Don't tell anyone that I've had alcohol twice. Why do I keep on repeating it? Okay, but I never had that much, okay? I only had like 2 sips. That was it. Actually, one of them was like a very, very minimal sip. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about that now. But yeah. He pretty much got drunk. I just find it hilarious that they got away with that. And he even goes to a world where everything worked out for him. He got his journals published and he became pretty famous. That's nice for him. Couldn't stay there though. He didn't want to interact with himself because bad things happen. Then we see him trying to fight Bill again, and he's almost gonna kill him when Stanley takes him back. Now I can see why immediately once he got back, he punched him in the face. Like, he was about ready to kill Bill. He was like that close, but then Stanley pulled him back. So then we get more Mabel writing. Yay. And then we get probably one of the coolest things in this book. Not really that big of a reveal or anything. Like, not really that important, but we get to hear Dipper's real name. I will read this whole passage now. So, pretty much, Ford starts off by saying that we're part of some greater fate the town had in stone for us. Then he says, "You and I are some of the strangest beings in this town has ever seen, Dipper." And then he replies, "Mason." Yay! We found out his name. He blurted out. He seemed shocked by what had come out of his mouth, and then deliberately repeated it. "My real name is Mason. Dipper is just a nickname, but everyone got used to it, and now it feels like it's too late to tell everyone the truth. And it's kind of a dumb name anyway. Don't tell anyone." Not that dumb a name. Pretty average, actually. But yeah, Dipper's cool. So, but yeah, his real name is Mason. That's pretty awesome. Also, we do get the true explanation of the theory of weirdness by having a few beings. They go to the edge, him and the author and Dipper go to the edge of the town, where they have a few beings. One of them, which is kind of strange than the others, they throw it off the hill, but then the weird one comes rolling back up. So pretty much Gravity Falls is like a magnet to all the weird things. Whenever they come into the town, they can't leave. So that's why it's a center for all the weirdness. Yay, we got our explanation. Now he can publish the book. That's exactly what I was trying to get to. Oh, wait, no, not gonna publish the book. Oh, okay. So, yeah, then pretty much we get to see everything that happens with Bill, now having been let loose on the world, a few blank pages, and then after the books were burned, we continue. Awesome. Okay, so apparently after Weirdmageddon, the book was reconstructed. Now, even with the ripped out pages all being returned, I don't know how that happens, it just does. And we get to see some continuation of what happened. Pretty much everything is now repaired with Stanley and Ford, so that's nice. Also, probably a really awesome part of this book to me, Dipper makes his own journal. Awesome! Okay, so yeah, he makes his own journal, and now he's going to continue looking into the paranormal in California. Make that a show, Alex Hirsch. Make that a show right now. Okay, so, yeah. And then he pretty much signed off. Then we continue with everything that goes on with the author some more. I don't know why I keep on calling him the author. I know his name is Ford. But, then we continue with that as we get to see them pretty much just talking about stuff. Like, everything's sort of getting patched up at this point. We even get to see a really nice scene to me, which is something that I really wish was in the show, but I'm glad that we finally did get to see it. We get to see Bill Ford and Ford just sitting around talking. Also, yeah, I can't get this in. Yeah, stupid. Why does my camera work as a mirror? Okay, so yeah. We also get to see that he fixed his Rubik's Cube. It has more significance than you realize. Read the book and then you'll know. So, yeah. I really did like reading about them patching things up, and that was really nice to see, because that's something that I really wanted to see in the show, and I'm just glad that we finally got to see it. Not exactly the way I wanted it to be. I want to actually see everyone else talking, like, you know, the characters on the show, having the actors come and talk about it, like having an emotion, but it's still really cool to read about, and I don't know, maybe one day Gravity Falls will continue. Seriously, it could. Please let that happen, Alex Hirsch. But maybe like a 10-year time jump. Okay. Maybe? Please? Okay, so then we get to see that everything was fixed between Stanley and Ford, and now they are going out on the Stand-O War to investigate paranormal hotspots all around the world because they can do that. And it pretty much ends with them throwing out all the Bill Cipher stuff that was in Ford's room and everything. They're pretty much throwing all that out and burning it in a fire, and Stan brought gasoline. This is gonna go great. So yeah, then they pretty much ended up throwing the book in the bottomless pit, and it came back out apparently, so everyone can have it to enjoy. And I just spent like 40 minutes or something, I don't know how long it's been, reading this book. Because I could. So, there! We're finally done with that. Now I have explained to you every single thing that I want to talk about in this book. So, this book is really awesome. Every single cent that I spent on it was totally worth it. And I still have $5 on my credit card, so woohoo! But, it was worth it. It was very much worth it. It's very funny, just like the show has. It has a lot of good humor. I still think that this show can apply for adults and kids. Although, I did show it to my parents, and they didn't like it. So, yeah. If your parents are like my parents, don't let them see the show. They'll just never shut up about saying that's a bad show. But if your parents are kind of like you, and you like the show, show it to them. Show them the book. They'll probably like it. So yeah, this is definitely a book for both kids and adults. It's very, very funny, just like the show is known for. It's very humorous, very, very good, but also has very serious aspects to it, mainly where Ford is going through the paranoia of Bill and everything. That was by far my favorite part of the book, and I really loved reading that. Seeing him go into that deep obsession was very interesting, but it was honestly really great in the book overall. I highly recommend buying this book, or maybe just wait for it to come out at the library. I'm pretty sure you can do that too, and it'll be free. Why didn't I do that instead? Seriously, I spent $21 on this thing. It would have been better just to have gotten it at the library. It only took me 3 days to read. Why did I spend all this money? Oh wait, yeah, so I could have it in my house, of course. Okay, so yeah. It is by far a pretty awesome book. I highly recommend buying it. It is really funny. It has very interesting story arcs to it, and it does have some pretty cool suspense in it too. Even though you know what happens to the characters, it is still pretty suspenseful. And it does also tie up quite a few things with the characters pretty well, so if you want to see that, definitely get this book. And so that is pretty much it. I'm now going to go with the book by saying this is the reviewer signing off.